What is going on, dads, and welcome to the Betwixt, recorded on Sunday, February 28th, 2021. I'm your host, John. I'm here with Drew, and thank you for joining us tonight for some Nintendo and silly awards. Drew, welcome to the Betwixt.
John, don't sound too happy that you're here. I know I don't want to bring down the hype level, folks, but I'm on the Betwixt. This has been in the making. I've been in Incognito for a while. I'm now with John. I feel like every night, and it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, being with me every night, Drew. Now
That's
you
like
and your mom have something in common.
Yes, John. As weird as that sounds, sure.
I'm hype. I'm hyped that you're here. So the Betwixt, we obviously say, is a show. We do something different every time. It's just an in-between show. And next week, you and I will be back for a full show. And this week, we've got something fun. I don't know. We're going to call this the Dads After Dark Daddy Awards. But
just saw that.
The Nintendo dads put in a ton of work. We've seen them. We've seen Jesse doing tons of editing, all these first looks constantly. And I think it's time for some overdue recognition. So we're going to do a little award show, and we asked a select group of Discordians. Discordians?
Did you just make that up? That's incredible.
Daddy Discordians?
Daddy.
It sounds like vote.
A musical instrument.
It's a Discordian. But we asked them to sort of vote on some categories. Now we have a bunch of categories that are just the core dads. We'll call them the core four. There's four, right? The core four. Maybe sometimes there's more.
You're throwing some punts around.
I'm just throwing it right out. Sometimes it is the wider family of podcasts. We just go in and out. This is just for fun. So let's go over some awards, and I hope the dads are listening and really get a kick out of this. So, Drew, why don't you kick us off with the first category?
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Sean. We're going to start off with our favorite guest. So this is a guest that showed up on the Nintendo Dads, and let's just get right to the list. So first list on here is Bobby Pauls from A Cup of Joe and Nintendo, Breaking Bells, and we all know and love him from the Animal Crossing stuff that he always is streaming and whatnot. But next one here is Andre Cedars from Game Explain, Seth Macy from NVC, Zach Ryan from NVC, good old Zach Harrison, one of the OG Nintendo dads himself. Nothing like sitting on a hammock and talking to your phone while eating some chips. And lastly, Rogers Base, as we all know, the famous Rogers from streaming everything and his reactions, right? So, John, what's I know it's not about just me and you tonight, but who's your favorite guest here on this list?
So many of them. I listen to NVC weekly, so I do love Seth and Zach Ryan, but Rogers Base is always kind of a fun one for me. He's not a podcaster, and I don't watch streamers, so I don't really see him that much, but he's a frequent guest on the Nintendo Dad Show. And in fact, he's coming up this week, so I'm looking forward to that one. But everybody's really good. Bobby Pauls, I listen to Bobby Pauls stuff. And, Andre Seegers is, he's got a great voice. And I remember when he was on the Nintendo Dads, I think he's been on one time. He has got just an amazing radio voice. And I know Game Explain has gone through some accusations recently with overworking and that sort of thing, but hopefully they get that all figured out. But I always love hearing Andre in his videos. So there are no losers here. And of course, we love Zach. So you're probably the most familiar with Zach. Who do you like in this list?
Yeah, like you said, obviously I'm familiar with Zach. Roger, we all know him from Explosion on streamers and stuff like that, so I do know him. But Bobby Pauls also I really like listening to. It's funny, like you mentioned, when they have other podcasters on the show, it's definitely, you can tell by how they present, how they talk, all those types of things versus just a common guest. So it's nice to see sometimes some experienced guests on the show, as you may say, and they're just adds that professionalism, I guess, to it. But yeah, exactly. Like you said, there's no wrong answer in this one. But let's see what the fans said, John. What did the Discordians say?
All right, our Discordians have voted, and I don't even know these results. I'm going to kind of scroll through them, so I'm getting the news as you are. And the winner of Favorite Nintendo Dad's Guest is Bobby Paul.
Hey!
Congratulations, Bobby, and we hope you're getting better.
Yes.
Bobby Pauls, you can't go wrong with anybody, but Bobby Pauls, I think his Animal Crossing, he's actually a guest on NDAD Crossing too. So he's been guested on both shows. So congratulations to you. Get well. Let's move on to the next category. Drew, this one I'm fascinated with. We don't always get to see the dads, but if you watch on YouTube, you do. This category is the best dressed dad. Now, this can obviously be left up to interpretation, and is so. I'm not looking for tuxes or anything. We just want to know who likes the way they dress the best. This goes to the core four. The nominees are Justin, Marty, Tim, and Jesse. Drew, you are mostly an audio listener.
I am. But I try to visualize. A lot of times these guys talk about it and they comment on each other. For example, we all know Tim is a hat guy, and they love to comment on Tim's wide variety of hats that he wears, these random Nintendo hats. Things like that. Obviously, you sometimes hear about the different Nintendo shirts these guys are wearing. So this one is a little bit difficult for me because I'm not a big watcher of it. But what about you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tim. I think Tim, by last count, has 1,400 hats. I may be off by 1,000 at most. He has a wide variety of hats. A lot of them are the flat rim hat. We've never talked about this, Drew. What you think of hat? I despise the flat rim hats.
Let me ask you this, because again, I'm not watching. Is he a leave a sticker on type of guy?
I don't think so. No, not from what I've seen.
That's a little bit better. I never understood leave the sticker fashion. That's like saying if you went and buy yourself a new shirt, do you leave the tag on?
Yeah. No, I
mean, let's be honest. We all have left that sticker on,
accidentally. Yeah.
But
everyone has that feeling of when, your wife walks up to you and just goes, this feeling of shame.
Maybe that's a new fad that we can start, leaving our tags on our clothes. Excuse me, sir. You left your tag. No. I meant to do that.
And that's probably where the hat thing started. Someone just forgot to take it off and was like, no, that's fashion. I think of all the dads, like Jesse and I think Tim and Marty love to wear like gaming shirts or wherever. And Justin's kind of like, he'll show up with like collars and he fashions it up. So I think if you're looking for the best dressed, like fancy dressed, it's gotta be Justin. But for a gaming podcast, I'm gonna lean a little bit towards someone who kind of fancies up. So I think I might lean towards a Tim, just because every week it's like, oh, what hat is he wearing? Is he going to wear the Transformers one? Has he got a Nintendo one? Like, has he got a new one? Sometimes if he has like a sports one with his Detroit teams, I'm not as excited about that. Lions. I mean, what are you going to do? But but they all dress gaming fashionable.
Yeah,
what am I gonna do? All right, let's see who the winner is. Winner of the best dressed dad competition is, no surprise here, Tim running away. Tim, you did it.
Tim, well done, buddy. I'm proud of you. If you can't finish a game, you can definitely finish your wardrobe.
Very good, Tim. Congratulations on your win. You can't argue with it.
No,
can't argue with it, Drew.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. This one was staying inside the family of the four dads. And we're going to go with the best reoccurring joke. And can I just say up front, folks, John wrote this question here. So I'm not going to be called out for anything that you agree or disagree with. That goes both ways. If you want to give credit to John. If you want to bash John, bash John. So the first one here is the reoccurring joke, which has kind of died off, but it lasted a good 12 months.
Oh, it's still going, Drew.
It's still going. And of course, we're talking about Tim from Minnesota. Obviously, that's not where he's from. It's a reoccurring thing when Justin just kept saying it, right? I think it was just accidental, which turned into a reality. Next one here. If you ask the man himself, it may not be a joke, but if you ask others, it may be one. Business Justin. And the third one here is Jesse correcting Justin.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's backwards.
Oh, I'm sorry. Justin correcting.
No. I got it right. I am so sorry. Jesse correcting Justin. Sorry, Drew.
See, you're sabotaging me already.
We'll talk about that one.
Okay. And then the last one here is, of course, Marty's world famous Dusty Rhodes impression. But I mean, I gotta know your honest opinion on this one. God bless you, Marty. But John, what's your take here? Because I gotta be honest, Marty, as good as it is, I'm not a fan. It's just too much for me.
Too much. Marty's impression, it was so good that I lost track of who he was impersonating. I had to ask around and say, who was the wrestler he's impersonating? And because Dusty Rhodes is a little bit before I started watching. And I think he might be a little, unless Marty was watching wrestling when he was very, very young, which is probably possible, but I missed out. I wanted to get everyone involved on this one. But the one that I do want to talk about, because I don't know if people realize it, is Jesse correcting Justin. You hear it a lot, sometimes in like pre and post show stuff too. But Justin, multiple times I've heard Justin say the wrong episode of the show or just miss a word, because Justin is I'm not sure where Justin. I know Justin's Canadian, but as an East Coaster, and Drew, you are an East Coaster.
Oh yeah.
East Coasters talk quickly. That is usually a hallmark. And when I've been in Colorado, and I am frequently told I'm talking too fast, and sometimes I have to talk a little more slowly because people here talk a little more slowly. Now we have a ton of people coming from New York, California, but it does happen. And Justin does talk very quickly and sometimes misses words, and Jesse is always there to correct him. Jesse's always focused on what's going on.
That's true.
And he doesn't let it go by. If you miss a word, man, he is on it. He is not tuned out. He is tuned in. And it happens a lot. And you'll hear Justin curse at him sometimes on the podcast. Sometimes.
It's all with love. It's all with love, but it is comical.
Yeah, very comical. What is your favorite? You dispute that Business Justin is a recurring joke.
I like Business Justin in a way. I like to know about the financials. I mean, I'm a stockholder. I own a lot of shares of Nintendo. So, I mean, I typically know what's going on, but it's nice to see someone's opinion that, does have a little bit of knowledge of the inside business. And,
how many shares do you own?
I own like 110-ish.
Wow.
Yeah, and I bought them all for, I want to say I bought them
bought them in the Wii U era?
Before, yeah, I bought them for like $12 a share.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I own 5.
Yep.
So we're both part owners. We don't need to get more specific than that. We're on equal.
No, we're equal playing field. So I like the Business Justin take. Like I said, I mean, I don't know. I don't look at it as a reoccurring joke, but someday.
All right. I think those are all good. I think I like Tim being from Minnesota. It has slowed down a bit because I think it was actually born from a real mistake.
It was.
Especially when he was early on. It was a real mistake. And now maybe they just pretend it was a mistake. It wasn't.
So let's see what the people think here.
The winner of the best recurring joke is Marty's Dusty Rhodes impression.
Wow.
Did it, Marty? It's good.
Marty, you know what, Marty? I love you. Hopefully this doesn't give you the high horse of keep doing it. Maybe we can try,
I like it. You can send your comments to Drew.
It's spot on. I'm not debating on how good it is. I'm just saying it had its time.
I will say, when I didn't know the wrestler, I think it was Ibicel hinted at me that it was Dusty Rhodes, and when I looked it up, and it was like his Dusty Rhodes came up, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely the guy. So that's how good the impression is. At least is like there was no dispute that like, oh yeah, it's definitely Dusty Rhodes, because he was momentarily confused between Gold Dust and Dusty Rhodes. I was like, no, it's Dusty Rhodes. All right. Next category. This is a full network vote. So it's across all the shows. Best beard. Wow. And the nominees are Dan from Retro Logic, Marty, Jesse, and Tim. Sorry, Justin, you didn't make it on the list. You're just not representing the beard. All right. What are we thinking? Drew?
I mean, I hate to say it. I gotta say Dan or Tim. Tim has grown a nice mean looking beard. It's very clean cut. However, I mean, our good old friend Dan the Man there. I mean, he's got something going on. It's quite the beard, and it's well manicured. I will say.
And red, big red beard.
Fire beard.
I want to give Jesse props. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this. I don't know if Jesse has even noticed this. He strokes his beard nearly every second he's on camera. And I don't think he even realizes it. And I don't think I've ever heard it come up, but he is constantly stroking his beard. So it's like, I think his beard is there. It's like his blanket. It's like his Linus blanket. Right. I think that deserves some extra points over just girth of beard.
I will say that. And I remember when he had to shave some of it, he grew the goatee and then he grew it back. I mean, he's a grower. The guy grew it back very quickly.
He's a grower.
He's a grower.
Can you grow a beard, Drew?
Yeah, I just shaved today, so I'm very clean cut. But
you are very clean cut.
Yeah, I mean, it would take me like a month or probably 4 to 6 weeks, but I could get something going. It wouldn't be a big beard, but yeah.
Maybe some month you and I should just like not shave and see who gets the biggest beard in a month.
I mean,
I think you would win.
Really?
I think I can't. Yeah, my beard will get scraggly, but it never becomes like a beard.
Mine either. I think it'd be pretty comparable.
Oh, okay.
My question for Dan though is that big fiery red beard get on the ladies? Because like you said, that
got him one.
I guess that's all that matters.
Exactly.
So John, who is the winner here? And I want to know the percentages here a little bit, if you could.
Okay.
Is it a landslide? Was it close?
Yeah, I was okay. Let's do that. The winner for best beard goes to Dan. 60% to Tim's 40%.
Wow, so it was pretty close.
It was actually pretty close. I think people just went for largest beard because those would be the top two.
True.
Clearly, they did not go for the stroking aspect.
But Tim definitely has grown since COVID and stuff. No,
it is. I mean, I had to take a look at some recent podcasts just to get a real feel because I generally don't watch much. And I was surprised at how big Tim's beard was.
Good for him.
Very impressive.
All right, this next one's a fun one.
This is competitive. This is not fun.
Fun, competitive, and a lot of options to vote on. We're talking about Gaming Accomplishment of the Year, and this is community-wide, essentially. We looked at all the other family of podcasts, and we kind of looked at it. So the first one is Jesse. When the closest, we asked Jesse. So he said the closest thing I can think of is that I played through 8 mainline Dragon Quest games in 12 months time frames. 1 through 3 and 11 on the Switch, 4 through 6 on the DS, and 7 on the 3DS. Now, Jesse, I don't know if that's something you should be proud of, but it's definitely something time consuming. I will give you that. The next one here, John. You, John.
Me.
YOLO, as one may call it. Gold medal in the Wild Heart. Sayonara, how the hell you say it? Wild Heart.
It's sayonara. It's not the weirdest word in the.
So let's just move on. Then we'll talk about him. Marty beat Mega Man 2 in under 2 hours. I can respect that. Justin, he says he tried Animal Crossing and liked it.
I'm not sure Justin realized he was in a competition.
I mean, I don't even know what the fuck that means, Justin, but God bless you. Tim says, I'd say beating that boss. I love how he writes. I'd say beating that boss at the end of the Shinnokaya Into the Depth.
Nice try, Drew.
Close enough. How would you say it?
It's Shinsekai.
Shinsekai? Well,
Shinsekai.
Well, it could be Kaya. You can't know that for sure.
It's not Kaya. It's Shinsekai.
Shinsekai. Into the Depths. He said that was an accomplishment for me because the sucker was a pain in the arse to beat. That's his word, not mine. Drew, I made the list for 100% in the Age of Calamity. That game literally broke me in half multiple ways. Like a mirror shatters. That's how I felt. Dan from Metro Logic beat Donkey Kong Country in under 3 hours without rewind. I know I beat that game pretty quickly, but I probably died about 3,000 times, and I used rewind just as many times. So Touche, Dan. I could not have done that. That fast. Now, I challenged this one, and I called him out on Discord, but he beat Paper Mario Origami King without equipping any battle accessories. So if you remember the battle accessories, if I try to remember, John, but they gave you boosts throughout the battle.
Yeah.
Now, I called him out because essentially he didn't know he didn't equip them. He didn't even know they existed. But he did it. I will say he did do it. Nick also said all the paintings in Animal Crossing. John, you don't have to explain this one because I'm not sure what this even means.
Yeah, and he didn't give me this one. I did this when I was trying to get the contenders, but he completed his paintings in Animal Crossing, and that's when you talk to Red. This was a little later. You might have been already tuning out of the game by this point, but Red comes to the island every couple weeks, and he has like maybe one or two paintings that are legit, and you have to try to like identify them, or you can go to other people's islands or whatever. And it's hard because it takes a lot of time, and you do need to go visit other people. So that's a pretty good accomplishment.
Touche then. Sean also partners with Nick there. He says, my first solo win in Warzone. Haha, I worked hard for that, even if it was messy, like everyone's first time. Hey,
good after dark joke.
You know what? Not just the first time. That could be a recurring theme for many. Sometimes on purpose.
Now, I will clarify. Dadfast and Sean did not make it into the voting, so my apologies on that one. I was trying to chase it down. Dadfast actually had given it to me, and I missed it. So they did not get in the voting, but I thought their accomplishments were good. They need to be mentioned.
I don't understand the one from Sean. Warzone, I mean, is that like a Fortnite?
It's a Call of Duty game, I think, because he's been playing Call of Duty, and I think it was Warzone. So, I mean,
but do they have, I'm assuming they must have some type of battle something.
No fucking idea, Drew. I don't know.
Okay. Well, touche, Sean. I respect it, even though I have no idea what it is. Any comments here, John? I mean, what's your? I mean, a lot of good stuff. You know, I was hoping for more. That sounds weird?
More like harder?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
So let's be honest. Even mine, 100% Age of Calamity. It wasn't hard.
That's hard. Hey, Drew. I'll be honest. I voted for you. I thought your accomplishment was really impressive because I tried to do it, and it's not like if you try to complete a game and you fall a little short. Oh, there was one achievement I couldn't get, or there's just one thing I couldn't do. I ended up in the 70% range, and I tried.
Yeah.
I could probably have gotten higher, but the fear of boredom trying to level up some of the fringier characters, I just didn't want to do it. So I do have an admiration for you.
Appreciate that.
But I think there's some good accomplishments here.
And I'll tell you what, I touche to you, toast for the Sayonara Wild Hearts, because all I will say, folks, is stay tuned to episode 36. Stay tuned.
It will not be pretty. The YOLO gold medal, in Sayonara is going through the entire game without dying. And it was something I didn't think I would ever be able to do. And I somehow did it. I was going to have a lot of fun trying, and it actually happened. So I was really proud of that. Except, Drew, that it unlocks wild medals. So it actually made me feel less accomplished in the game. Those medals.
So you have to beat every single level without dying?
You have to gold every level, and then you have to gold. They have a end-to-end mode where you have to go through all the levels, but you can die. Yeah, you can die, but if you die a lot, your score won't get to the gold medal. And then they have the YOLO, which you really almost have to get through the whole game without dying. You could die probably pretty late in the last level and still get it. But if you die earlier in the game, it ends. So you have to get pretty late into the game.
Okay.
At least to the last level. So it's a tough one.
Well, you beat it without dying.
I beat it without dying, yes. I posted it to our YouTube channel as well. I'm not the only one in the world who's done it, but I was proud.
You should.
And then between Marty and Dan, both there's a lot of symmetry there. They both played games to completion quickly, but not by accident. Both, I mean, Mega Man 2 is Marty's thing. And Dan is big into Donkey Kong Country. Those are probably their favorite games. Mm-hmm. So you can see that they love their game so much they play them a lot and they can beat them very quickly. So very impressive. That takes years of play. You don't just do that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So what do we get?
This is going to be a good one. There's a lot of contenders here.
I know.
The winner of Gaming Accomplishment of the Year, Full Network, is Nick. Completed the painting collection in Animal Crossing.
God bless him.
He beats out Jesse. So Nick had 40%. Jesse raked in 30%, playing through 8 mainline.
That's incredible.
I always want to say Dairy Queen. Dragon Quest games. 10% to Marty for Mega Man 2. 10% to Tim. And 10% to you, Drew. That was from me.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So pretty good. I think there was some benefit to the knowledge of the game. So I think Nick's win, besides being an incredibly difficult feat, is Animal Crossing. We all have played Animal Crossing. We can all relate to it.
Yeah.
So great job, Nick.
Well done.
I think that goes how I thought. I'm a little surprised by Jesse with the Dragon Quest, but that I can't imagine. You and I both played through Dragon Quest 11, and I think when we were both done with that, we were done with Dragon Quest for a very long time.
Lifetime, possibly.
Yeah, and he's done some of these, I think, maybe multiple times. So that's impressive. Next category, Best Soundbite. I love this.
This is fun.
So here we go. First nominee, Justin Was Right. That one is done by Justin. Next nominee, Justin Was Wrong. That one's done by Marty. How do you do that? How do you say this next one, Drew?
Pow, 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 pow.
So Gary's first appearance here in the thing. I mean, he's not on the Nintendo Dads, but he's been on the Nintendo Dads this year, and we love that sound effect. The next one is Wobble Puffet. Wobble Puffet.
You know, that's died down over the years, but it's still used occasionally.
It still makes it. And the last one, none other than Drew's Monthly Mayhem. Give it to us again.
Monthly Mayhem.
Now, Drew, I have gotten several of these sound bites from Jesse. So we were going to do this in post-production, but let's just pretend for a second that I'm playing them right now.
Justin
and we're
was
just
right. Justin
laughing
was
at
right.
it.
Justin was right.
That's a good one.
That is a great one. That's a good one there.
Oh, here's the pow, pow, pow.
Pow, pow.
All of these are so very good. What are your favorites?
I mean, Monthly Mayhem has grown into so much bigger than just my Boston accent. But yeah, I mean, the Wobble Buffett one is it goes so far back. It makes me remember like when I kind of almost first started listening. You know what I mean? It's like 3-4 years old, I want to say, if not, you know. So that kind of a classic brings you back.
The early days.
I mean, that's kind of probably my favorite. It's just so classic.
Yeah, Justin Was Wrong is a recent one.
Yeah,
that I think might have just been created with the Apex Legends prediction that Justin was so confident in, and when he missed it, the community had a lot of fun mocking his utter wrongness. That was a good one. They're all really good. Justin Was Right. They're all great. I personally love Monthly Mayhem because that's my partner right there. Let's see who wins this one. This is going to be a good one. The winner of the best soundbite is it's a tie.
Ooh.
It is a tie between Wobble Buffett, Wobble Buffett, and Monthly Mayhem. Both of those edge out. Justin Was Wrong. Congratulations, Drew.
Hey, you know, sometimes like you said, the crazy East Coast accent just pays off, you know.
Very good. We have one last category, Drew. This is the big one.
This sums it up, folks. This is like the Game of the Year award, and what we are calling it, simple, Best Gamer. Who is the best gamer of the OG Nintendo dads here? Justin, Marty, Tim, or Jesse? A lot goes into this, right? You got Jesse, who probably plays 1 million games a year. You got Tim, who you respect in his diversity, but can't quite finish, as some might say in bed. Then you got Marty. Marty plays a lot of games. He finishes them. He gets it done, but he still gets sucked into the damn Fortnite shit. And then you have Justin, the good old Battle Royale king, who he plays his diversity of games, but just can't get away from Fortnite and soon to be Apex Legends. I wonder if Apex Legends will then put Fortnite to rest.
I don't know. That's a good question.
You can't play both. If I've learned anything about these battle royale games, you need to just pick one.
And yours is Paladins.
Yeah, it was. I still
you keep coming back to it.
Every once in a while I log in and play. It's just fun. It's relaxing.
Hey John, I don't have a game to play. I'm gonna play Paladins for an hour.
What the hell is that accent? It's like a Looney Tunes East Coaster.
That's my Drew Disney accent.
I love it. I mean, what's your take? Who do you think here is what the people would vote on?
I am on Tim like nobody else about finishing games. Tim, I was once like you, and I just never finish anything. And now I make an effort. I have to finish it. But a lot of that is because you buy a game for $60 nowadays. And it's like, I am finishing the game. It's like if you bought a movie on DVD and then just didn't finish the movie. Even if the movie is shit, I got to see the ending because maybe I'll be surprised and it'll have a great ending to it. How many people turned off The Room, 5 minutes in and said, this is a horrible movie. I'm not watching this.
What is that?
That's the famous bad movie.
Did I see that?
I don't know, Drew. I'm not you. Did you see it?
It was a rhetorical question, John. I don't know.
That's when he's like, Lisa, you're tearing me apart. You've never seen The Room? All right,
I don't know, but you're not selling me.
Here's right over his head. But so to me, I can't pick Tim here because you gotta be a dad who finishes.
Gotta finish in bed.
But Jesse and Marty finish. Justin doesn't play games that do finish, so it's hard.
I know. I feel like I have to throw Justin out as well.
I'm gonna have to keep it. My vote goes between Marty and Jesse. I will give Jesse credit. He will play the shittiest games, like this week, right? Castle Kong. He posted a screenshot of his Switch, and he had Persona 5 Strikers. He had Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. He had some other game or whatever. These are all great games. And then he had Castle Kong. And what game was he going to play? Castle Kong. And I don't know if you've watched Castle Kong, man. Oh, my God, that game.
I watched his video. I mean, it's so slow motion. It's
so slow, right?
Donkey Kong.
And why did they put the pitchfork at the bottom of the ladder? And then you can walk up the ladder with it. It's so slow. So I have to give Jesse some credit. I can't remember who I voted for, but I have to give Jesse some credit because he does play some shitty games. And we had another category that I was building up calling like the freak out of the year. And the only nominee I had there was Jesse. He was playing some RPG game and he just noped out of it at the end. It was great. But I couldn't find any other freakouts to really go, but that would have won for me. So, yeah, Marty and Jesse, I think, up there. I think I went with Marty, though. Because he finished Cyber Shadow, and that deserves some credit. That is a hard-ass game. That is a hard-ass game. But who did you vote for?
It's a coin flip between the two. Probably Marty, just because I think he plays a more diverse set of games, and he gives a lot of. I mean, I respect Jesse in the amount of. If this was solely who plays more video games, I want to almost lean towards Jesse, but I think Marty plays more diversity, and he does play through a lot of them from what I see.
Okay,
but I'd have to go with Marty.
Well, let's see who the community has picked. Winner of the prestigious Best Gamer Award.
The Daddy Best Gamer.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like 2020 or something. Maybe we'll do this every year, Drew. Is Marty. 70% of the vote. Tim, 30% of the vote. Whoa! Disrespect to Jesse and Justin. Jesse and Justin, are you going to put up with this?
I don't think they should.
Oh, you're going to put up with this?
Maybe they should play like pick a game, battle and battle to the death.
Well, they both play Fortnite. You know what it is? This might be the Fortnite penalty.
It could be.
Right? They're the two primary Fortnite players. Maybe this is a message from the community. Get off that Fortnite. Get off that shit.
Well, no, Jesse doesn't play.
No. Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. No, Marty was rewarded for playing Fortnite.
But he plays. I think he. You know what it is? Marty secretly doesn't really talk about it as much as like Justin does.
Yeah.
I think if Marty plays it every week, but when they say, what have we been playing? He doesn't bring it up. He talks about his other games. He's smart.
And and with Justin, it's like, I just been playing Fortnite and Overcooked. He plays a lot of Overcooked. I do respect Justin for Overcooked, though. No, that's a good one. And I will say to Marty, like, Marty's kind of the dad who plays the games that I like. He likes the roguelikes.
Yep, same with
he
me.
Played Cyber Shadow. He plays a lot of those too. But yeah, like, everyone plays stuff that I like or whatever. Jesse, I love Jesse, but like, yeah, if he plays a game, I'm usually not. But he likes those programming games, so I'll give him some credit on that one. I do like some of the programming ones. But there you go.
That was fun. That was great.
Fun.
Well, thanks for putting that on, Sean. That was all you. Congrats.
Yeah.
That was well done.
That was great. And I'm glad you were here to do it, Drew.
I did. I made my Betwixt, my first watch. I mean, it's only been like the third one, but I made it.
Yeah. Actually, we've done 12 Betwixts. No, we have not done 12 Betwixt. But yeah, I want to do another one with you because we usually talk endlessly, and it was nice to finish an episode in like just over half an hour.
Agreed.
It's very rare for us, Drew, and I think we should get some kind of award for that.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Best podcasters.
Best pod. You know what? There's another category here we missed, Drew. Best show in the network.
Oh,
we won.
That's right.
100%. Wow.
100% votes.
100% votes. Wow.
1,000 votes too. This is all. They got 1,000 votes here.
Yeah, it's crazy where that came from. Awesome. I didn't count my kids' votes yet. 1,003. Good.
Oh, well, shit. Mine actually not voted for us.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe we'll do this every year. And so, get your sound bites ready. Everyone start working on some really tough gaming accomplishment. And we'll come back next year. Start dressing nicely, guys. Start dressing nicely. All right. Sadie, take us out.
The Dads After Dark show is a part of the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available, including iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher. Be sure to join us on the Nintendo Dads Discord in the Dads After Dark show channel for some naughty After Dark talk. Follow us on Twitter at @NDadsAfterDark. Ask us a question, and we may answer it on the show. That's all for tonight. Good night, Dads. Sweet dreams.